And they realized the question wasn't really which of these two stories is true. The real question was, did the prosecution prove any story at all, beyond a reasonable doubt? And that single question is what led them to their final decision.
And this really gets to the heart of the problem for the court, right? The first story is a pretty straightforward assault. The second one, though, it's this complex, multi-day crime with abduction, robbery, and rape. The prosecution is basically saying, forget that first story. This is what happened. And the judges are left trying to figure out if either of these stories is even believable.
And that's the big question, isn't it? It's the challenge for any court. When your main witness's story changes this much, you can't just take their word for it. You have to look at the hard evidence, the physical stuff, the forensics, to see what really lines up.
And the first big problem for the victim's new story came from a very unlikely source, the doctor who examined her. She said something in her testimony that sounds like a simple medical fact. But believe me, in the context of this case, it was an absolute bombshell.
So here's why that little quote was so huge. Remember, the victim's news story says she was raped on the evening of September 4th. Her medical exam happened the very next morning, September 5th. But the doctor's report from that exam says her hymen was ruptured, healed. A wound like that can't heal in just a few hours. It's medically impossible. So right there, you have physical evidence that just completely contradicts the new timeline of the rape.